Who am I speaking with?
Yeah, my name is Michael Long. I'm the head of culture branding at Rackspace Hosting.
I've had a lot of conversations with young companies like yours that have a very hip culture and people kind of love working there, and you see these great videos like you had shown, people having a great time at the company. My question is, how does a company that is much older than yours actually start developing sort of a more fun culture than what they currently have?
Yeah. So look, I don't think it comes down to fun. I wouldn't want it to seem that what we're all about is just having parties and fun. That's not what Rackspace is about per se. But I think about what's special, and when I think about culture and why we should be sharing it, I think about traditions, and I think about the things that set the company and the people apart. And so I think maybe the question comes back to celebrations, right? But celebrations, they're not all about parties. You could celebrate good deeds. You could celebrate somebody living the values. You could celebrate success. And look, this question will come up for a long time, and I hope that it does. I actually hope that companies start thinking about this more. When you look at your organization, whether it's toxic or whether it's just conservative or it has traditions that are long-standing, and if you really get the sense that there should be more, or maybe the identity of the people who work there should be more ingrained, I want you to look around at the bright spots and think about, who does well here, who thrives here, who has a great time. Like, if we go to attract people from the outside, what story should we be telling exactly that's exactly in line with the people who are inside? I think that's the real message. Is every place has beauty in its own sense. It is the right place for the right person. The trick is telling the real story so that the right person can be attracted to it.
You made a very good point in saying culture is not all about parties, and you were talking about in your presentation that culture actually is to very many aspects of your business. Can you kind of walk through, like, you've got to make sure your culture is visible here, 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 and here?
Yeah, so in the sense of it being visible to the employees and the outside world and everything else. So look, I think that what we found over the last couple of years, and part of the premise of the presentation and everything else, and where this is all going is that culture is a part of your company. Your company culture really is what's around the people who fuel it. And I remember early on in recruiting, there was this, I forget which of the trainers told me, but he said, like, people equals product equals profit. Okay, so if you take care of the first part, the people part, where you're attracting the right people to the organization, you're celebrating their successes, you're making sure that you're staying true to your values and doing that through celebrations of all sorts, not just fun ones, actually recognition and just traditions in general. I think what you find is that as it gets established, you get more opportunities to use that human part of your business and share it with not only the people who want to be attracted, but you can share it in your marketing and product channels, your branding. For instance, one of my videographers, and he's our lead storyteller, just brilliant guy.
Are we talking about Robert Scoble?
No. So Robert kind of does his thing in San Francisco. He explores the startup scene, which is really a huge part for Rackspace because we were a startup, and so obviously startups want to help startups. On my team, specifically on the culture and communication support team, there's a member named Dave Sims. He captures a lot of the kind of the life of Rackspace, what's going on and everything else. And at the same time, he creates videos and opportunities for marketing and product to share what's going on with the world. Well, even though tactically Dave's mission is to go out and create these videos that are really beautifully done and all that, kind of his higher level mission is to make sure that Rackers are proud of what they're seeing, that it falls in line with who we are, that we're not putting on a shiny surface just to sell, that we're giving reality to the world, making sure it's something that Rackers can stand behind and take pride in, and that we're purchased for the right reasons, our products, but also that people are coming to our company for the right reasons too. So, and that's kind of it in a nutshell, unless you'd like to touch on another area.
No, that actually that hits it home. So, any sort of last advice? And one of the major concerns I see, because I've worked with big organizations that don't have a culture, I'm a low man on the totem pole, yet I would like to imbue some kind of culture there to sort of enjoy my job more rather than just get frustrated and look for a way to leave, which is often the case. What do you suggest for the person that's lower on the totem pole and what they can do?
Look, I get torn between this because there are opportunities in the marketplace for people to make a move. If we talk strictly in terms of the technology field, I think it's one of the lowest unemployment rates out there right now. So there's a lot of choice behind that. So maybe on one side, if it's bad enough, the choice is leave. Like go find a place that fits you better, where you're going to feel good about your work and there's transparency, and you just kind of you feel right there. But the other side of it is maybe there are redeeming qualities in your workplace. Maybe there are things that you really do like about it, or it's fitting your life and everything else. Like there's no reason that you can't take some individual ownership of celebrating that.